Hey, good morning. Saturday morning, I think, maybe the 9th. I'd have to look on the calendar. Back there behind me, uh, uh, how about the 8th? How about the 8th? Let's see. Watching Fox again. Democrats said we need a raise. We need a $4,000 and some dollar raise. What have they done? What have they done? They've done nothing but fight Trump. They've done nothing for the country. They've done nothing for the people. They've done nothing for godly moral issues. They've done nothing. Nothing. We need a raise. $4,000 some dollar raise. So help me. They have literally raped this nation. The last 10 years has been nothing but disgrace. Literal, sheer disgrace. They've done nothing for this nation. It's pitiful. And right now, they're actually warring against this, and they're warring against this nation, and they're showing no remorse of it. They show no shame. They show no conscience toward it. So help me, people. They are playing a Karl Marxist handbook to the hilt, and the American people, millions of Americans, are sitting back and kissing their butts. It's pitiful. It's literally pitiful, man. You think about what Karl Marx done, or what he said, what he believed. Hey, if we can pee into their minds enough, we can eventually own them. You realize that's what he basically was saying? If we can destroy the morals of one generation of Americans, we can take the nation. If we can pee into their minds enough, we can eventually own them. Now you think about that. And the Democratic Party, right now, look what they've done up there now. They're up there pushing to remove In God We Trust from everything they're doing in Congress. Trying to remove it. Take it out of the picture. Why? Because you can't have God and immorality and godlessness taking place in the same platform. So they want to take the good out and leave the immorality, leave the godlessness, leave the bad, leave the sewage floating in the minds of people. You think about that. Hey, man, don't try to tell me they're not Marxists. They're perverts, people. They're perverts wanting to make laws over you and me and our families and our bloodlines. Now think about it. Surely you people that are running a Democratic ticket or running backing the Democrats, surely you have enough conscience left to back off on that. Surely. You can't be that demented and deranged to continue following those people. All the gays will. The transgenders probably will. The drug addicts and the illegal immigrants and everything else, they probably will. But how about you? How about you grandmas and grandpas and moms and dads and brothers and sisters that love your families? How about you? Surely you're not going to support them. Surely 2020 is not going to come up and you're going to go to the polls and put a big check mark beside the Democratic name. Surely not. Surely not. This is pitiful, people. This is literally pitiful. Stuff that's going on now is a little disgrace. They're actually trying, listen, they're actually trying to outvote you through illegal vote. They're actually trying to bring illegals in and give them the right to vote. They are actually, listen, conservative leaders now have said we should have never left the educational system to liberal thinking, to liberals. We should have never left it for them to run. Look what they're doing. They've been propaganding your children to follow their Marxist, godless, immoral thinking, pushing it through the schools. They've changed the history books. They've changed all kinds of stuff in the educational system. And look what they're doing. Now they're talking, well, we need to lower the voting age to 16. We need to lower the voting age to those that are more immoral to our thinking. We need to lower the voting age to those that are less knowledgeable of what right and wrong and truth and honor and patriotism and treachery and treason. We need to lower the voting age to those that are more ignorant so we can get their vote. That's actually what they're saying. We need to let the younger vote because they're less knowledgeable of life. They're less knowledgeable of honor. They're less knowledgeable of truth. They're less knowledgeable of morality. They're less knowledgeable of godliness. They're less knowledgeable of things that protect freedom and liberty and honor. What was Karl Marx saying? If we can destroy the morals of one generation, we can talk them out of freedom. We can talk them out of godliness. We can talk them out of morality. If we can talk them out of that stuff, if we destroy their morals, we can talk them into the things that we want them to follow. We can talk them into the fallacies of our lives. We can talk them into being like us. Cheats, liars, thugs, murderers, abortionists, murderers. If we can destroy the morals of one generation of Americans, we can take the nation. People, that's what they're doing. That is what the Democratic Party has set itself up to be. Why do you think they have no regard now? Have no regard whatsoever to our laws now? Why do you think they want to do away with our Constitution? Because if they get that out of the way, they can just poop all over you, your family, and your bloodline. And you will not be able to open your mouth because they will call military power in on you. Even soldiers from other nations will be welcomed in, and you'll shut your butt or die. That's what they're doing. Why do you think they want to get rid of your guns? They don't want you to have a voice. They don't want you to be able to protect yourself. They don't want you to resist their will. They want you to be a little peon. All right, think about that. How would you like to be a little peon? Yeah, let's see. You ever watch the movie The Magnificent Seven? Now, it's a movie. It's a Hollywood movie. Of course, you got your heroes and you got your villains. You got all this stuff. But you're paying attention to the movie. You have these Mexican people. They have no weapons. All they have is their farm tools and little sticks and poles to fight with. But these villains, Eli Wallach, he's the top villain in there, the leader. They're armed to the hilt. This poor little Mexican town cannot defend itself in any way, shape, or form. What happens? Well, they come in. They have their way with their families and women, their men or boys, whatever. They come in. They have their way, and these helpless Mexicans can't do anything for themselves. But when you get a group of people come in, the Magnificent Seven, they come in and say, listen, you're men, you have the right to stand up. Excuse me, you can defend yourself. You have the right to fight for your families. And they teach these people to fight. And eventually the villains lose. But see, that's where socialism wants you. They want you tilling your land, growing your corn, put your little citizen soldier hat on, go work your job, make the way for the state, and you come home and you get by the best you can. Let us run things. That's what socialism does. It says, you listen, turn your mind off. Just use your muscle. Don't use your mind. We'll be the mind. You'll be the muscle. We'll be the smart. You'll be the idiot. That's what they want you to do. We don't want you to fight. We don't want you to resist us. Give up your guns. Take a hoe in your hand. Be our little peon. Peon. See, that's what a lot of these people don't realize. That's what socialism does. You're an idiot. They make idiots. They make dummies and idiots and perverts. They just make little old follow-alongs. That's what socialism does. Follow along. Just stay in line. Number 7, you're out of line. Get over there. You do whatever it takes to make them happy. That's what it boils down to. You do whatever it takes to make me happy. I'll let you know what I think you need. Or I'll let you know what I think you deserve. Socialism is nothing but a cruel lie. It's a cruel lie to life. It's a cruel lie to life. But see, Marxism, listen, people, you can call something anything you want. You can call it communism, you can call it socialism, you can call it Marxism, you can call it you can call it Nazism, you can call it anything you want. It doesn't matter. If the ends are the same, they are the same. The whole friggin' thing is a poop hole. The whole friggin' thing is nothing but a cruel lie pushed upon people so those in charge can call the shots to everything. What does Marxism do, though? Marxism sets it up. Listen, I'm going to tell you how to get your rocks off fast and easy. And after they talk you into it, then they find out, well, your conscience is gone, we can push a little farther. That's what Marxism does. It destroys the conscience. It destroys the morals. It destroys guides in your life. Guides that actually protect your families. They protect your husbands, your wives, your sons, your daughters, your moms, your dads, your uncles, your aunts, your cousins. It's protective boundaries. These boundaries are the boundaries that keep you alive. They are boundaries that keep social diseases off your penis or your vagina. They're boundaries that keep the perverts from stepping over and raping your family. That are the boundaries that actually work. This ain't nothing but just add-on stuff. What they call law and all this, that's just add-on stuff. Law is for something that you neglect within your personal life. You neglect godly, moral issues and boundaries in your life. All you have left is the fill-ins, the law, where you screwed up in the first place. Godly, moral boundaries are the things that actually keep you alive. They are the essence that binds the family and the home together. All this other stuff is just fill-in stuff. That's where they That's where the law comes in and says, well, then we need to serve a justice that actually protects the innocent, the honest, helpless, and the upright. And those that commit the crimes against those, the innocent, the honest, the helpless, and the upright, those they're persecuted. They're prosecuted. The law comes in to serve justice. But see, if they can destroy the moral or the godly essence, then they don't even have to keep the law themselves. That's what you're looking at in the Democratic Party. They're trying to destroy the godly and the moral essence. They don't want to keep the law themselves. They want to be the ruler. The one that says, this is okay, this is okay. Well, we don't want this to happen because this will resist us. So you keep what we tell you and we'll turn you loose in this. They want you to relinquish. They want you to release. They want you to give them a right of way to cross boundaries on you at will. They want you yourself to relinquish to them power. They're perverts, people. See, this is the thing. I'm telling you what Congress can't tell each other. See, they have rules on the floor. You can take a decent person like Ted Cruz or Mike Lee, that someone has somewhat of a moral essence or godly essence about them. They can't look across the aisle at the pervert and say, "Listen, you're a pervert. You need to be slapped between the eyes with something." They can't do that. They have to call them colleague. They have to call that friggin' deviant across the aisle from them a colleague. They can't call them the pervert that they actually are. But see, that's what I'm trying to do for you. I'm trying to get you to realize there are people up there, they are literal perverts. They are literally warring against you right within the law. They are warring against you, your family, and your bloodline right within the law while they're up there voting yea and nay. They have set themselves up. They have set themselves up as dictators. And they're protected right on the floor of Congress. See, I'm glad I don't have to play by their rules. I'm glad, because I can call them what they are. The Bible says they're villains. Isaiah 32, 5-8 says they are villains. Are you grasping that? Are you getting a handle on that? They are villains. They do as they will, irregardless. They are villains. But see, that's the reason they don't want godliness. That's the reason they don't want morals. That's the reason they don't want the boundaries and the knowledge of right and wrong. They cannot be villains as long as those things are in place. And you support them. You support them. You support that friggin' godless, immoral, degrading, shameful, stench-filled rot. You support them. It's unreal, people. It's unreal that the ignorance sin can sow into a person's life. Sin can totally destroy you within. Destroy your conscience, your heart, your thinking. It can literally destroy you. Literally destroy your soul and your spirit. Turn you into nothing but a friggin' zombie. Well, that's what you're getting. That is what you are getting under Democratic policy. The Democrat Party. It's not just the Democrats. Some of the Republicans are just as friggin' sewage filled as the Democrats. You know, but it's the huge majority. I'll go as far as say 95% of it's Democrat. And it's not just them. They couldn't do this by themselves, people. You've got your medias, your liberal medias, West Virginia's Charleston Gazette, NBC, ABC, CBS, MSNBC, New York Times, CNN, Washington Post, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Nothing but a friggin' sewage line. Nothing but a friggin' sewer line of shame and disgrace and pain and tears and agony pumped into the lives of people. That's all it is. Nothing but a friggin' sewage line. And then you've got hey, let's face it, you've got drug lords and pimps and everything else that'll support them. Every damnable thing you can imagine will jump in support of them, and they'll fund it. They'll throw thousands, even millions of dollars behind them. Because they got these perverts got a free ride under the lawmakers that are perverts. You realize that? That's what Isaiah 32:5-8, the verse 8 talks about. It says the liberal condones things, and then those that are condoned in their actions, they support the liberal. It's just a circle of it's just a circle of sewage. A circle of shame, a circle of agony and pain and disgrace. They support one another. The liberal gives the pervert excuse, and then the pervert scratches the liberal's back with support. That's what it talks about. Verse 8, Isaiah 32:5-8. That's the reason we're in this mess we're in, people. Because a lot of this is not talked about. It's smoothed over. They can't talk about it in Congress, because if they do, some of those congressmen or representatives would have to show a conscience, or the lack of. I'm glad I don't have to play under their rules. I'm glad. I'm tickled to death. I want you to know. I want you to know what we're dealing with. These people are going to piss all over us if they get by with it. If a godly moral justice is not brought to the front, if A.G. Barr doesn't do his job, you better buy your family a lot of soothing salve, baby, because they're going to need it, because the perverts are going to be all over them. They're going to be all over your family. And they're going to need some soothing salve to try to make it feel a little better. And you're going to be the idiot that let it take place. Oh, a lot of stuff going on. More and more names are coming up. You get Elijah Cummings. His wife got this charitable organization going, and they're being investigated now, or going to be investigated, because they think there's a lot of fraud going on there. The Clinton Foundation, a lot of fraud going on there, a lot of pay to play. I mean, this stuff, people, it is unreal. It is literally friggin' unreal at the people that are going to be caught up in this ring of shame and crime. I don't know if it's true or not. Who was it? Someone said A.G. Barr was taunting Pelosi. Now, I don't know. You know the way people are. People will lie through their friggin' teeth. I mean, they'll lie to the teeth, knowing that they ain't doing nothing but raising a stink. And that's the kind you actually want to get. You want to take a board and just slap them as hard as you can across the nose with it, because they are the ones. They help. They're doing thinking. I don't know what the frig they think they're doing, but they are the ones that are actually help stall justice, because there's so many lies and trash that are woven in. They're actually stalling justice, because when you get someone up there that could try to get justice to be pushed through and do its actual job, they're stalled by the lies. They're stalled by the garbage that has to be weighted first. Those that lie are the ones you want to just break the bridge of their nose, man. I mean, just put it on them. Just friggin' wipe them out. They are the ones that are stalling justice. And plain and simply, you look at the Democratic Party and the liberals and socialists. Every time you turn around, there's a lie spitting out. Look there, they know now. Obama went over there overseas, over in Europe or somewhere. He's over in there doing a little pep rally garbage that he does. Obama, the fraud. He's over there doing it, and he got over there and friggin' lying through his teeth about American gun laws. Lying through his friggin' teeth. The man has not changed. He's nothing but a friggin' deviant. He has not changed. Pitiful. Pitiful. But that's what they are, people. That's what the book of Isaiah, Old Testament Bible, verses 5 through 8 talk about. It talks about the liberal and the fool. Talks about their villainy. Talks about the trash that they commit. That's what it talks about. People, they just, right now, the Democratic Party, the liberals, a lot of Hollywood, and these friggin' people, they're doing everything but running around the streets right now. Just going down the middle of the streets in big old parades, just jerking your little girls and little boys out in the middle of the street and raping them in front of everybody. They're doing everything but shooting people right in front of a big camera. They're doing everything but just committing outright crimeful, shameful things right out in the open. It's unreal. The mouths of these Hollywood entertainers and stuff. Oh, jeez, man. Who was it? Was it Cher? Said she would like to see Trump put in prison and raped. It's unreal, people. These people, do you realize just how friggin' demented these people are? Do you realize just, I see these people, I hear these people's words, and so help me, if I see them in a movie, I'll turn the friggin' movie off. I'll turn the channels, I'll do something. I mean, great day. There's got to be a limit somewhere. And so help me, these people are not showing that limit. They are not showing any limits whatsoever. The pitiful, demented, shameful thoughts that are going through these people's minds. These people are speaking things out against other people that, it blows my mind. If I would think about something like that taking place on a dog. That's a great day. And if you're going to kill the friggin' dog, shoot the thing. Don't torture it just because it's a dog. Just kill it. These people, they're speaking this garbage out against men and women. Do you realize how demented these friggin' perverts are, and you're supporting them? Do you realize how friggin' butt-headed stupid that makes you look? You have people in America right now, they could very easily strip their clothes off and run through the woods. Deranged, crazed animals. Literal friggin' animals. Come on, people. Why do you support that? Why do you support that? They want this stuff committed against men, women, boys, girls. Oh, put them in prison and let them be raped. I don't even want my friggin' mind going to an area where I wanted a running dog done that way. I mean, if you're gonna torture the friggin' dog, or you're gonna do harm, just blow the friggin' thing's head off. Don't torture it. Just kill it and get rid of it. These people want men and women and boys and girls tortured. Don't tell me, people, my Lord, don't tell me socialism is not a friggin' nightmare. It's a... Hitler had doctors and stuff that done experiments on human beings. Literal friggin' perverted garbage going on in their minds. And now you look at these entertainers. Nancy Pelosi, House Speaker. I want Trump jailed. Just rot. Pure friggin' rot, people. Who was it? Somebody, what, Rosie O'Donnell or Joey Mauer or somebody, might not have been a man, maybe somebody else. Oh, I'd like to see him get to Byron Trump and let him be raped by men. Friggin' rot. 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 People rot. Being, my Lord, can you does your little old mind grasp what's being done, what's being said by those perverts? Why in this world do you want to support them? John Davis. Twisted World News here in southern West Virginia. Man, we've had a lot of rain. Our daughters, my wife and I, our daughters, they decided they want to do a camp out and little thing, and they set a tent up and a screen house in the yard, and they stayed in it there. Had it set up for 3 nights, I think. And man, it's wet. It's been wet, raining, and we got to wait for a decent dry spell to try to get our tent set up to where we can dry it out before we can store it. You know, the old tent's getting pretty old. We've had it for about 20 years, I guess. About that, maybe longer, but no, about 20 years. But you know, it's in pretty decent shape. That we got to get it, man. We got to get it dried out before we can put it up. And they're talking scattered rain and thunderstorms and this and that and whatever. But they enjoyed themselves. What was it? Night before last, we got into a game of Monopoly. There were 5 of us, and one of the oldest daughters, a little girl, she come in and helped her mommy roll a little bit and this and that and whatever. But we got in playing a game of Monopoly, and it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. I knew I wasn't going to make it, you know, because I'd played Monopoly a lot when I was young. And I told my youngest daughter, you know, she was having a hard time getting around the board before she could start buying property. And she went, I said, baby, you get loose, you got to buy you some property. That's the way you stay alive. and she finally got into buying some property. And I knew I was getting ready to go under. My oldest daughter, she was going under, and we done a little dealing, and so I ended up with a piece or two of her property, and she eventually went out of the game anyway because she had to take care of her daughter. But then I knew I was getting ready to go under. Then I started making deals with my youngest daughter and her husband, and trying to help them out because I knew I was going to go be out of the game. My wife, she was doing good. She had Boardwalk and Park Place and Virginia and Charles Place and whatever the other one that's over there. I forget what it was. But anyway, it'd been years since we played, or I played anyway, me and the wife. But anyway, but I knew the wife, she was going to do good, and then first my oldest daughter went out, I went out, and then the son-in-law went out, and that left the youngest daughter and the mommy competing. And the youngest daughter had the purples, the Baltic and Mediterranean, and she had Connecticut and Vermont, and then she had Illinois, Kentucky, and Indiana. She had hotels on them. Well, the wife had St. Charles Place and Virginia Avenue, and she had Boardwalk Park Place, had motels on them. But they went around and around for a while, and it just got to where it was just sort of back and forth. But we had fun. It was a fun game. Sometimes just having them come in is a break from the things that are going on. And just simple something like that taking place. I think about my family, and I said those little pleasures are going to be gone if justice is not served. If a godly moral justice is not brought to the forefront, and the perverts put down, and the innocent, the honest, and the helpless upheld, the simple pleasures of life they'll disappear. They'll disappear. Have a good one. Reevaluate what you've been doing. Start making sound, godly, moral decisions. And when you go to the polls, keep those things in your mind and in your heart, because they are the life of your family and your bloodlines. The things that liberals want to make legitimate or acceptable will rape your families and bloodlines. They'll just simply rape them. Have a good one. May God give you wisdom. Let His grace be poured out upon you. Let the mercies of the Lord look over the offenses until you learn better and do better. And I say that for me too. I say that for me too. May the mercies of God continue upon us until we do better. In Jesus' name, amen.